Welcome to Raul's World of Synths. I am Raul. Today we will be looking at some of the basics and talking about some of the features of this module here, the A199 Spring Reverb. This allows you to add the classic spring reverb effect to your modular system. The A199 Spring Reverb creates this effect by using 3 spiral springs. Each of the springs that are housed outside of this module has different properties which ensures a full and dense sound. Now, you can see a cable kind of extending out of the side of it. That's actually where there's a couple of jacks in the back that go out via this cable to the case where the springs are housed. I chose to kind of house my case outside of where my modules actually are. So let me bring that out so you can actually see that. And let me just bring it out. Okay, here we go. And let me bring it over to my camera. So right here, you can see those are the 2 jacks that are connected. And those are what are actually connected over here at the module on the other side. So here's a look inside the module. Right there, the little case with the springs in it. And those are the 3 springs that we were talking about that have the different properties that allow it to give you a good, full, dense sound. There you go. And then on the back, there is also some adhesive. Very high density. So if you choose to mount this inside of your Doepfer case or your other Eurorack case, you can do so. There's kind of some suggestions about how to do that and precautions on the website. So as always, make sure you follow those. Also, one more thing about the springs inside of it. According to the website too, and the manual, it says that the unit, since it acts similar to a microphone, is highly delicate and sensitive to magnetic fields. So be sure to follow, those same suggestions that are there for handling it, and then also for mounting it as well, if you choose to do so inside your case. Now let's talk about the front panel. So starting at the top is your audio in jack right here. And then immediately next to it is the potentiometer to control that input. This controls how much of the original signal coming in is being fed into that reverb tank that we saw a little moment ago. The next potentiometer controls feedback. And that's how much of the reverberated signal that's coming out at the output is going back in to the input, if that makes sense. It's making a little loop here inside the module. Now, feedback effects in this module do extend into self-oscillation, similar to what we've seen in some of the other filters where it can create a tone. But as you will see in some of the upcoming video segments, the character is going to be quite different when we hear that. Now, this feedback control also has a second purpose when you use it with the external feedback in and reverb out jacks together. And the way this works is the reverb out here sends out only the reverberated signal, but without the original mix. So this is intended for you to send out to maybe an external filter, like this one here, or some other filter you might have. You can send it out to a wave multiplier, ring modulator, phase shifter. I guess you could technically send it out to another spring reverb if you really wanted to. The idea is you take it out from here, affect it somewhere in the outside module, and then bring it back in at the external feedback in. And then at this point, that's when feedback takes up its second duty of acting as an attenuator, so it controls how much of that signal is then going to be fed back in to the original signal and then create that sort of feedback loop again. So hopefully that made sense. Next up, the emphasis control. This adjusts the prominence of some of the middle audio frequencies around 2000 hertz, and at the maximum value you will hear a clearer, more distinct reverb, while at the low settings you'll get a darker or deeper sound. And of course you can get anywhere in between using that dial. Lastly, at the bottom is your mix out jack and your control for that. This jack will go out to your mixer or your audio recorder that you're going to be using. And the dial at 12 o'clock position is going to be kind of a 50-50 mix, original signal over here on the counterclockwise side, and then only reverberated signal only on the clockwise side. So you can adjust it to your liking. And that, in a nutshell, is the basics on the Doepfer A199 Spring Reverb. So hopefully you found this useful, and you'll join us in the next segment where we'll start listening to a few examples I have prepared of different types of sounds for you to hear passing through the Spring Reverb. So thank you very much for watching, and keep on patching out there.